We return with Charlie Burton, who's the founder of Easy Trader. I remember you from an investor conference where you were talking about turning $10,000 or pounds into $100,000.
Yeah.
Probably the most difficult thing that one can do.
Yeah.
So the north face of the Eiger in terms of trading. But that's what we all want to do. How come most of us can't do that?
Oh. So many traders obviously fail. We all know 80 to 90% of all, especially short-term traders, less so investors, but fail at their endeavours to become a professional trader, if they want to call it that. And so what I set out to do was to take a challenge with a typical sort of starting amount, even though I must admit spread bettors probably start out with between £1,000 and £3,000. So I took roughly $10,000 2 years ago and said, okay, let's see what I can do with it. So I had to come up with a strap line. So I thought, okay, 10K to 100K sounds good. And I didn't know whether I'd be able to achieve that, but I literally just finished the 2-year challenge a week ago, and I turned 600% on that account. So I didn't quite achieve the full.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I thought so, but I was actually quite worried because so many traders were almost expecting me. Well, Charlie's a guru; he's been trading for 17 years, almost expecting you to fulfil the challenge. But I still felt that it was actually makes it more real by me not actually completing the full 1,000%. This is about real trading. That was a speculative challenge. I was taking slightly bigger risks than I would do on my main accounts. I would risk, on average, 1 to 2% of the capital in the account per trade. But I would allow myself up to 5% on some bigger trades.
Can I just pick you up on that, because it's so boring trading when you're risking 1 or 2% of your account.
Well, this is the problem.
It's like being asleep. And you feel that at this rate, it's going to take me 100 years to make any money. Most people, I think, they'd have like a few £100 in the account. They say 500, 400.
That's the
they buy 5 FTSE, £5 a point, or something like that, Dow, and they just, let it. They want to make the money in a day.
Yeah.
And so, and also, if you don't do that, it is really boring. I mean, you might as well just put money in a piggy bank or something like that.
It is boring for people who are.
How do you get rid of that?
Well, you've just highlighted a good, important point there. Is that most people are undercapitalised. They're trading with a few £100 or £1,000 in an account. If you're trying to make even 10% or 5% a month on that, it's boring because it's such a small amount of cash. And for a lot of people, they are undercapitalised.
It's amazing.
Percentage terms, it's brilliant, exactly. And that's why they have to set more realistic expectations. Too many traders out there have unrealistic expectations. They think they're going to turn 100% a month in. I literally had someone email me just a month ago who had £10,000 in an account, and he wanted to be making £10,000 a month as an income on that. It's just crazy. It's not about what you actually make right now. If you've only got £1,000 or £3,000 in your trading account, earn the right to be able to trade a larger amount of capital. Prove that you can do it on £1,000 or £3,000 or £5,000. Yes, it might be boring right now, but this is a long-term venture. Most people, like you say, want to try and do it, get rich quick overnight. But if you see this as a 10-year, 20-year endeavour, and that you can grow your capital over time, then you earn the right to be able to trade with larger sums and actually be able to make some decent capital gains.
Yeah, but then you're sitting there, you start at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever it is, you're trading the FTSE, you've got an account of £500. If you're trading 1%, you're making £5. Then you're losing £3. Then you're making £15. You literally, after an hour or two, you can say, well, and, I've done like 350 to 1,000 or whatever it is. It took me like 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
And it's just a total waste of time because you made no money, no effective money. You might.
Well, it is on the capital you've got in your account.
But it's totally useless, and it's very difficult to go from that, I think, to making a livable amount of money on your account. So I just can't be bothered.
I think the thing is that, firstly, if you've only got £500 in a trading account, you can't expect to turn that into £100,000 overnight, or it's going to take you a very long time if you're an extremely good trader. What you can do is turn a £500 or 350 into £1,000, then see if you can turn £1,000 into 1,500, and keep those, a bit like the Olympic athletes. And we just had the marathon last weekend, and what do they say? Don't try and see how much of a pace you can do over 26 miles. You break it down into a mile-by-mile basis. It's the same with trading. Break it down. And that's how I went ahead with this challenge. Trying to turn 10,000 into 100,000 is just too big.
But that's the thing. It's the mind games are so difficult. And it's it is something that I don't have the patience for. Let's say I don't have the patience for it. I just cannot be sitting there and doing that. And especially if I then blew it after 2 or 3 weeks, that would be even worse.
Well,
So
you're too highly
so much-
geared if you can
too
blow
much,
it in 3
No,
weeks.
but that's people are. So
You can blow
I
it
think
in a day.
I think
Yeah.
what I just maybe to finish off, what can you do to address somebody who's got all the bad mindset and bad attitudes?
Yeah, right. Firstly, you have to manage those expectations. People have unrealistic expectations. Get it into your plan that this is not something you're going to become an overnight rich quick overnight. Secondly, don't worry if you're undercapitalised, but do acknowledge that. If you've only got £1,000 in a trading account, acknowledge you've only got £1,000. You're not going to turn it into £20,000 on an income straight away. See this as a longer-term venture. If you're bored from it, make sure you've got other endeavours. I always say to traders, don't try and be a full-time trader on £1,000 in a trading account. That's unrealistic. Have a separate business or income flow coming in. Lots of our traders and lots of traders out there do have businesses or other income coming in to ensure that they're not putting that additional pressure on themselves. If you see it as a long-term venture, you can do well. But the best people are the people who, funnily enough, are not putting the pressure on themselves.